What's up folks, it's 2Bricks and I'm back in with another little mock to add to my now growing Miniland series, which is of course the same scale that LEGO uses for their LEGO Miniland, where they build all of their figures with actual bricks so that they're a little bit larger and they can make them a little bit more custom than if they used LEGO minifigures. So that is a new series that I'm doing as a bonus gift for patrons. So I'm doing iconic movie scenes and or just iconic kind of pop culture moments captured in LEGO brick form. And today, of course, we have Back to the Future. You guys may notice throughout the video I'm wearing a bluey band-aid, and the reason for that is that I was recently bitten by my dog during the process of dog training, and I just have a little nasty, a gnarly scab scar thing that I don't want people to have to look at in HD up close while I'm showing this off. So I just covered it up. A dog caused it, and a dog is covering it up. So there you go. But yes, so back to the model. So this goes along with the Jurassic Park build that I did last time for my patrons, and it can connect because it has the same base footprint, at least in terms of the width. So you can simply connect these together, and I designed this one to be front heavy because the Velociraptor is in the back of this scene here. So the next one will be sort of a back heavy one to balance out, and you can just keep adding them on as we go. So if you wanted to get the instructions for this and you're not a patron, you can go ahead and download those. I charge the same as a month of patron membership for those, which is $4. I should say patron membership isn't $4. There's actually a $1 tier as well. But if you want to get free instructions monthly, then yeah, that's what you can sign up at the $4 tier and get those. Sorry, that was a very poor explanation, but I just wanted to let you guys know early, because I always forget and then I have to mention it right at the end how you actually get these. So you can download these right now for the same price as the other one, $4, which is equivalent to a month of patron membership that will get you this model. So anywho, on with the video here. So obviously you can see here we have the flaming tire tread, leftovers from the first time that the DeLorean travels back in time. We have a lot of fun little accessories and things to this build, which I'm really excited to show you guys, and actually a couple of really interesting techniques that I was actually quite proud of. It took me quite a while to actually figure these out. These Minilanders are easy to make in their sort of standard form, but these more complicated poses and specific costumes do tend to be a little bit more of a challenge, and the base actually presented some challenges as well. So super excited to show you guys all of that today. And if you do want to download the instructions and get the PDF parts list necessary to build this for yourself, there's actually a secondary reason why you might want to do that, so stick around for that. I'll explain in a minute, but you can check out the link down in the description to my Rebrickable page, or go to patreon.com/2bricks and sign up for the at least $4 tier. You will receive these in your inbox as part of that. So there you go. But yes, so why might other people who are not necessarily patrons or not just into Miniland figures want to get this? Well, I actually made this to scale with the large LEGO DeLorean set. So these tire markings are actually the correct width apart to have to imagine the DeLorean actually making these treads, and these figures scale up next to the DeLorean very nicely. Now my DeLorean has been very badly battered and bruised over the months and years that I've had it, because I've been stealing parts from it to make other mocks, and most recently for my 10-foot Venator Star Destroyer project, I've been stealing every part that I can to make that, and I'll probably be pillaging this base fairly soon, so don't expect this set to stay around forever, because yeah, I'm desperately in need of parts for that. So but yeah, so these figures will stand and scale very nicely next to that DeLorean. So let me get you a shot of that right now. And here that is, so you can see my mostly somewhat sort of intact DeLorean. I've actually killed most of the front here and peeled off a lot of the parts, but there you go. And if you line it up with the tires here at the front, you can see, well, maybe you can't see, but the tires line up with the tracks here. If you don't have the DeLorean, that's okay. You can just build this little display, and you can tell your friends that the DeLorean has merely traveled through time to a different time where you don't happen to own it. And it can either be arriving at some future date, or it can be stuck in the past. It's up to you. So what are some of those cool build techniques that I was mentioning? So let me go ahead and peel these figures off. So there's Marty, and here goes Doc. So there you go. So each of those figures are attached with 2 studs here, and obviously slightly custom offsetting the space here just for the specific needs of the figure's feet. So we have one here with a Technic pin that's attached, and then one with just, or the rest of these are just with the modified bricks. And then the out of time license plate. This is actually not from the big set that I just showed you. This is from the original Lego Kuso, now Lego Ideas DeLorean set. And it's a piece that I absolutely love and cherish, and I always bust it out whenever I do some kind of Back to the Future thing. If you happen to have that, you can attach it here using one of these clear stand pieces, and it just evokes the ending of that scene when, after the DeLorean has gone back in time, the license plate got knocked off and did a little spin on the corner and landed on the ground. It was just like a nice way to finish off the scene there. So you can recreate that here very nicely. These flame elements here are actually slightly offset, so you can see they're not just placed next to one another. These ones here are just for the necessity of how this was built, but I wanted to have a step up in the height of the flame elements. So we have a bracket piece under here that's attaching this section, and then here we move to a full plate of height underneath the flames. So it just kind of, it's like it's growing as it was about to disappear, and then when it cut off there, it was kind of the flames are at their peak. So a lot of kind of interesting finagling had to happen here with these offset sideways placed bracket pieces, or no bracket, sorry, the BrickHead's modified bricks here with the studs on the side. So those are placed going up at an angle here using a bracket piece to keep those going. And then I'm also using one of these inkwell pieces plugged into a brick modified with a single stud on the side there. So that actually lines up, the geometry of that lines up perfectly to give me a stud going in that direction to connect to the rest of the base. And then also give me the studs going in this direction to connect to these flame elements under here. So just really tricky stuff, really fun and interesting ways of connecting things. It's not like the most sturdy thing because of the connection points are just here and here and there, and it's kind of a little bit flimsy in this regard. So, you know, these sections can come off fairly easily. A little kind of side view of how I achieved that. So there you go. But, you know, totally worth it, and it's a display piece, so it's just going to sit there, and that's totally fine. So for Doc here, I didn't have a second hinge piece, so obviously there's the arm here should be a hinge piece, but currently it's just 2 plates. It's just being held on by this arm, which has the hinge piece, but in the instructions you have hinges on both sides. I just had to improvise. I like that I was able to get his hips to sort of bend forward, so he has that sort of crouched stance where he's just like in amazement and he's like leaning forward like, what the heck just happened? I actually sent a car back in time. It's got his little tool belt here with like a little ruler and some little screwdrivers and doodads hanging off of that, and then maybe a measuring tape I think on this side is what that's supposed to be. But yeah, I just tried to recreate that very faithfully down to his boots, which are very cool, just regular old workman boots there. I think that conveys those pretty well with just those 2 plates. His crazy hair going all off in all different directions. I tried to really capture that as well. And then he has his little remote here, which he actually uses to control the DeLorean itself. So we have 2 joysticks represented here with these inkwell pieces, and then the sort of speed gauge, which is like the perfect piece, right? Because the DeLorean has to hit 88 miles an hour. And then the foil here, the rapier piece up on top to represent the antenna, which I think is perfect for this scale. And a quick note here from Editing Me, hello. I actually did also make a quick change to Doc here, where on the back I used this hubcap piece to represent the radioactive logo that is on his jumpsuit. It just didn't sit right with me having it be purely white back there, so that was something that I added in the instructions after I shot this video, and I thought I'd call it out. So there you go, there's that. And then for Marty here, I'm using headlight bricks to create the offset pattern here for his puffer vest that he wears, and then just regular old stripe details here for the shirt, and his high-waisted jeans that kind of cut into the shirt pattern there a little bit. So I like that. And then yeah, just creating the shape for the legs was kind of tricky to so I have them sideways built here, not just using the standard large slope pieces that Minilanders tend to use. I mean, obviously that's like the most basic kind of Miniland figure. A lot of them are much more advanced than that, and for these I really wanted to get Marty in his kind of spread leg pose, like kind of just in shock, and he's actually also a little bit shorter than Doc, which is accurate. And then he's got his video camera off to the side, which is actually my favorite piece of this entire build, or my favorite accessory. So this is a real life video camera that Marty was holding. So this is the sort of hand strap part, right? We place your hand there, which is where he actually holds onto it. And then he's filming the whole thing over the shoulder, and I actually have an actual microphone piece here for the microphone. Is it nice part usage if you use a microphone to represent a microphone? I don't know about that, but it's a different scale, so I thought that was fun, but it still works really, really well. So, and then there's the top handle there, and then this represents, I guess, the videotape cartridge at the back. But yeah, this is very accurate to the real world video camera that was used, and I studied that closely and tried to replicate it as faithfully as I could at Miniland scale, which is really fun. That's actually been my, I think, most fun thing about doing these builds so far, is just figuring out how to represent things and props and objects at different scales than what I normally do, and this was a really, really fun one. So there's your diorama, and you know, overall I really am happy with how this looks. I think I've captured the scene well, where you can tell immediately what it is, especially with the flaming road strips. Of course, if you've never seen Back to the Future, you might look at this and be like, I have no idea what's happening here. You might just be completely confused, but if you've seen the movie, I think it definitely works for that. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm going to keep making these, and I'm going to keep, you know, keep this streak going here, where we keep on attaching these and see how many movie scenes we can get strung up together side by side and have them look super duper cool together. So yeah, the very top tier patrons, you guys get to vote on what's next. So I'm going to be putting up the poll right now on my Patreon for to vote on next month's build. It's the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, so I'm thinking what I'm going to be doing is 3 different scene options from Revenge of the Sith, and then you can choose which one you want to do. That's what I'm thinking right now, but we'll see. And then yeah, and then I'll go ahead and build it and distribute the instructions to all of my $4 and up patrons going forward. So yay. Anybody who signs up, by the way, you don't just get the instructions for the current month, you can get any of them for any of the previous months as well. So as we build up more and more, I mean, any $4 patron who signs up for any number of for any length of time will have access to the whole back catalog of instructions for all of these Miniland sets, and you can actually build up your own whole kind of Miniland diorama scene in your house with all these epic movie moments captured in brick form. So hopefully that's something that's cool and interesting to you guys, and of value to my patrons. I do always want to make sure that I'm giving the most value that I can to my patrons, and I'm just excited to hear what you guys think. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, and for anybody who likes, comments, shares, and subscribes, and especially those of you who sign up to my Patreon. I appreciate you all very much. That money goes towards helping me purchase Lego bricks and do things like pay rent whilst I build my my 10-foot Venator, my giant Hogwarts mock, and all of my other things that I'm working on currently. So thank you guys all so much for your patience, you know, with me as I work through all these different projects, and for the support that you've all shown me. So thank you so much. I'll see you on the next video, and have a wonderful day.